Hi, I'm Colin Flock, the owner's representative for the Cornerstone Project. This is the update video for the annual general meeting. It's hard to believe that a year has passed since the last annual general meeting where we approved this project and how far we've come. I hope you enjoy this walkthrough. We're on the east veranda. This will be the last part of cladding that as we come around the building. We started on the north side of the building, the northwest side, and we're working our way around. You can see that we've replaced some of the deck boards that were rotting and some stair treads. What you can't see is all underneath this part of the veranda, the deck joists were rotted at the end from water flowing down. And so those have all been replaced and we're back to secure. And then we've also put some flashing in so that we won't see that same problem reoccur. Work that was done on the decking, someone will remember the transition between the north veranda and into the 8-meter room. There was a step up from where the building had shifted some years ago. And so we were able to, because we sit on poured concrete columns on spread footings, we were able to shim the building back up again and bring that level so that there isn't that step up and tripping hazard. And so we had some consultants early on in the process look at the site structurally and underneath the building, and one of the recommendations was to heat the crawl space and insulate so that we mitigate or reduce that movement of the building. And so we've done that through the project as well. You won't be able to see that in the video because that's all in the crawl space. As we go into the clubhouse, the inside doors from the main stairway into the clubhouse are being replaced with fire-rated doors. And the reason for that is we got a lot of feedback in the early planning stages when we were removing the northwest stairs on the outside of the veranda and moving them to the northeast side to improve the views into the city, that we were actually taking away beautiful views into the harbor. And so we worked with the consulting team to find an alternate solution, which is to rate the main staircase, allowing us to remove both the stairs and opening the front of the veranda completely. As we go inside the clubhouse, see the trophy room is where we use for staging. So I think in previous videos you would have seen a lot of ducting for the HVAC that has now been installed and behind the scenes, so we won't be seeing that. And then the wall in front of us, where the new trophy case is going, was originally just a partial wall, but it's actually going all the way to the ceiling because that was a structural point that we discovered. So when people talk about the feeling of the little bit of bouncing that we saw in the ballroom, that will have disappeared now because we've increased the structural support there. We're working to finish off the individual powder rooms. So these are contained washrooms, including sink and hand dryer. And one of the washrooms is an accessible washroom for those that need it, so a larger space, ability to turn around in a wheelchair. So we walk into the bar area. You see the half model that was below the old Sailor's Bar has been moved to the entryway of the new facility. When we go inside, you can see the space where the operable windows that separate the indoor from the outdoor space. Now we're standing in what used to be interior space that we've opened back up again to create more veranda area and then reclaim the area taken up by that exterior staircase. Well, the second floor wasn't part of the original project, the interior of the second floor. The windows were being replaced and obviously the trim work that goes with that. But you'll see that we've been able to remove the ducting that was here previously, and then there was a shaft. Some won't remember, but at the end of near the Commodore's room, there was a shaft that came down that fed the ground floor. So that's been removed and will be painted, so it opens the area back up again. And while not obvious initially, it will seem like a much larger space. You can see the mechanical parts. The accessible lift has been installed on the concrete shaft that we created, sitting separate from the building on helical piles to ensure that structure does not move and allow that lift to be operational all through the season. Let's look at the outside of the building. In addition to the cladding that we've replaced, we were able to remove the 2 HVAC units that were sitting on the roof and kind of an eyesore when you came into the club from the water. And so they were in need of replacement, and what we did was put the new equipment on the back of the building out of sight. And then also the penetrations from those and some previous units were all replaced, were all fixed on that roof. So that roof is now sound. We've replaced completely the flat roof for over the ballroom. So that was in need of replacement. We had all the roofs assessed this year. That one was one that needed to be fully replaced, so we did that to protect the barrel ceiling inside the ballroom. As we're redoing the outside, and because we're going right down to the ground to insulate that crawl space, It's also closing off a main entry point for raccoons that like to get into the clubhouse over the winter when it's not occupied. I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough and can see the progress we've been making. This has been a very challenging winter to do construction on the island, and turning out to be a challenging spring as winter has returned to us this week. But thanks to the Dalton Group, who's the construction management team on the project, and plus VG, who are the architects and lead consultants, we've been able to make good progress through the challenging months. Although we've been in construction for about 7 months on the island, I'd like to thank the people that have been involved in this project for the 2 years before the approval last year. The planning committee, obviously, that I report into, we had a technical advisory team that advised through the design process, an interior design task force. We had a communication task force that worked with us. And obviously the board of directors was very supportive of the project and approval throughout the process. And also, as we posted plans through the final year of design, the feedback that we got from individual members was very valuable as we made the final adjustments to the design. So I hope when you get out here and we open the space that you enjoy the new clubhouse. And if you have any questions, please feel free, as always, to email cornerstone@rcyc.ca, and we will redirect your question to the appropriate person.